What's up, everyone? Roll call with Karina Nistal, third episode, and I have a beautiful new guest, Ms. Lizbeth Ortiz, also known as Azulfrida. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for coming to Casa Azul
Oh
and
God, I wouldn't
interviewing
miss
me.
it. I love this place, and I love everything you do. So,
Thank you.
can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you grew up?
Yes. So I'm originally from Mexico City. I was born there, but at the age of 2, my parents moved to Houston, and I grew up here in Houston. It was awesome, very hot, as we all know. So right after high school, I ran away to the Northeast. I went to New York, and I stayed there for 10 years. I went to Pratt and came down to visit my parents one year. And next thing I know, I'm getting a studio for $100, and I'm like, wow, I can't find anything like that in New York. And that was 19 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, time
Oh
flies.
my gosh, time does fly. So, why does the art culture matter to you? And tell us a little more about what you do.
Well, I'm a local artist. Culture and art matter to me and are very important because that's my language. Like music is your language, art and culture are my language. One of the things I've kind of come full circle to and been sharing with people is that the first time I did a altar for Day of the Dead was when I had the opportunity to have a small little art show at a cafe in New York on October 2001. That was right after 9/11. So
Wow.
I really went and searched deep inside my culture and did research. Even though I was born between two cemeteries, wasn't. My parents never really practiced it, and I didn't really know everything about it. So I had to do a lot of research, and that's the first time I did a community altar, and just seeing the healing that had for the collective group that was participating in it and everyone involved was just was so therapeutic and so fulfilling in so many levels that it kind of fueled my passion to keep on going and obviously diving deeper inside my culture and sharing the different things that my ancestors have done not only with my peers but my community and I love it, so that's become what I'm passionate about.
Yes. And you are the go to girl, like for Day of the Dead, just um, you're the go-to woman for this. I've seen you. I saw you. You were traveling to Oaxaca, which is one of her annual trips, to go and do your Day of the Dead celebration there. And here she is. I'm walking into Jones Hall, and she's on the big screen doing her presentation from there.
Yeah, it was actually Michoacan. I hope
Oh,
to go to
Michoacan.
Oaxaca
Okay.
this year because
Okay.
yeah, Oaxaca is amazing.
Okay.
Oaxaca is so magical. It's great. But so my ritual has been that I go back to where I'm from, Mexico City, every
Mm-hmm.
year. I visit my grandparents, my maternal grandparents' gravesite, which is in one of the largest cemeteries in Mexico City,
Wow.
Panteon Dolores. Yeah, it's huge, and it's just a magical space. And I go and I literally buy a bundle marigolds, the
Mm-hmm.
cempasúchils that I could barely hold. Sometimes I pay them a little extra and they'll come and follow me with the rest of the flowers. But yeah, well, my partner always goes with me, but sometimes friends go, and it's so magical and just an awesome experience to be able to do that to clean it, dress it up with all these flowers, different designs every year, and just spend that little moment, you know, talking about them, thinking about them, so that they're not forgotten. Because it's often said that you die once on when your body dies on Earth, but then when your memory is lost, that's the final death when nobody remembers you.
Mm.
So it's always nice to be able to share their stories with the next generations, with friends, and it's my story too. They're my grandparents, aunts and
Yes.
uncles, and it's part of my history.
Right. And just the deeper culture of everything that you put into it. I'm actually going to put a picture of her ofrenda in this video so that you can see how amazing her ofrenda is. There's levels to it, guys. And you can tell by hers that she is a pro and she knows how to honor her loved ones very, you know, in a very special way. So, I mean, she's inspired me in so many ways. And even, I mean, I've known you for almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years,
So
yeah.
I was insta fangirl. Like, you know, her name is Azulfrida, so she definitely pays a lot of tribute to Frida. And you know, she's gotten into fashion shows. She's a designer. She's, you know, she paints, and I mean, just has some of the most amazing events in this city. So, I mean, you know, I don't want to underplay, because you're pretty amazing. Like, I love this lady and just everything she brings to our culture.
Well, I surround myself with amazing people, so.
Yes, but tell us a little more about, like, this is one of her pieces, you know, just beautiful. And I told her I wanted to have our interview here because this is unlike anything I've seen of yours. You just amaze me every time. Tell us more about your work and just like your connection to Frida.
Well, like I said, I grew up in Houston. I went to HSPVA, and it's really amazing that having been born in Mexico, again, I've learned about my culture living in the States, because obviously this is where I spent most of my time. But it wasn't until I was in high school that I learned about Frida. Amongst all these amazing artists that we were learning in art history, they showed us an image of Frida's work, and I was just instantly hooked. I was amazed by all this raw passion conveyed on canvas by a woman, and especially during the time when she was alive, which was unheard of. I mean, even
Right.
now it's kind of like we are kind of more used to the shock culture, but I mean, can you imagine there was this grown woman with a mud mask giving milk to a baby with a grown woman's face? It was like, what is happening here?
Right.
Yeah, so the fact that there was representation of an artist that I could identify with,
Mm-hmm.
being taught to me in a school that, you know, for better or for worse, it was mostly all Caucasian. Our teachers were all Caucasian. Um, it was really kind of like, wow, we are allowed to have a seat at this table. Like, we are allowed to express ourselves and participate in the arts. And ever since then, she's just become an instant muse and inspiration to me. And when I moved back from New York to Houston, I was sitting around my studio with a couple of friends and thought, you know, her birthday's coming up. Yes, it's July and it's hot as can be in Houston, but why don't we have a party to celebrate her birthday?
Yes, the best festivals, and the original,
Well, that's
the only.
it started 18
Okay.
years ago.
Yes.
18 years ago, and that's when we met.
Yes.
You were at the first
Yes.
one, and it
Uh-huh.
was amazing.
I performed
Yeah.
for some of them.
But you've been there since the
Yes,
beginning.
from the
Yeah.
beginning, and I've watched her put her whole heart into this festival, and it truly is such an amazing vibe. You can feel Frida's presence. Like, they have like a Frida dress up,
The look-alike
yes, the
contest.
look-alike
Yeah.
contest, and I mean, little girls with unibrows. I mean, it's just like what you've done to grow that festival is amazing, and to pay tribute to Frida and to show people so much about our culture that a lot of people don't know because they grew up in Texas, right?
Well, or you know, whatever
Right.
circumstances they might find themselves in. But
Mm-hmm.
it is important that we, you know, that's been a component of the festival. It's
Mm-hmm.
education, to try to educate, especially women artisans and artists. I mean, men too. We're not like men hating,
Right, of course not.
but you know, to really show them that there is a possibility for them to be creative and to be able to express themselves. There's a safe space.
Yes.
And it's been amazing to be able to branch out into the different art forms like
Yes.
music, and we've had poetry, and like you said, fashion shows and
Yes.
the look-alike contest.
Yes.
This year's the 18th anniversary.
Yes.
And we're drumming up a lot more events. So the whole month of
Yes.
April.
Ooh.
And one of them that we're in the final stages of pinpointing the location and whatnot is a dinner with a fashion show. And it's a dinner by a celebrity chef from Mexico.
Ooh.
I know it's going to be a very, very authentic menu, and it's going to be just amazing. We're really excited.
That's amazing. I mean, you guys are literally, you're going to have to pay attention. You're going to have to follow her, because I can't even imagine, as amazing as it is in one packed weekend, a full month.
Yeah, it'll be every weekend for a month.
Wow.
Because yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but it's gotten bigger, so it needed to
Yes.
have more opportunity to include more artists
Of
and do different
course.
things,
Yes.
and just really celebrate the arts in general.
Yes.
So we're excited.
And what I'm saying is my girl here, she was like literally one of the people that showed Frida's work first, that educated people about Frida and paid tribute to Frida first. It's not like she's very popular now, but you weren't on the bandwagon. You were a leader, you
Well, I
know?
mean, it was already coming up, I think. Now it's
Yeah,
become more
she's
commercial.
huge. Yes.
Yeah, and really the essence of the festival is to kind of educate
Yes.
people, and really to serve as an inspiration, like she's been for me, to younger generations,
Absolutely.
and let them know, yeah, you can draw yourself with 5 braids if you want. It's
Yes.
fine,
And monkeys on the
and
shoulder.
monkeys on the shoulders. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's been really rewarding.
Absolutely. So tell us, where can people find you, and so we can keep up with these events that you have coming up.
Well, I'm on IG under Azulfrida, Azulfrida. And I'm actually trying to do a drawing every day. So I've been a lot more active on there, posting something every day. My website is my name, which is lizbethortiz.com, LIZBETHORTIZ.com. And of course, on the Book of Faces, under my name, Lizbeth Ortiz, and or Azulfrida. I think they still, when we could have those nicknames, and then they were like, no, not anymore. You have to say who you are. But yeah, I'm pretty active on Instagram now more. And you can follow us also, the fridafestival.org, to catch up on all the events that we have coming up for April.
Awesome. Do you have any shout outs?
Well, shout out to my friend Iris, who's been
Yay,
also
Iris.
one of the first ones working on the Frida Festival, and Adriana Lanis has come on
Yes.
board with Leticia Santos. They're
Yes.
my homegirls that are always there, no matter what crazy idea we have or I come up with. They're like, okay,
Let's do it.
we can do this. So love those girls, and everyone that's gonna. I'm really really excited. We have co-chairs and board of directors for the Frida Festival this year. So it's going to be big. We need a lot. We need a little army to have all these events happening, and it's going to be fun.
And if people want to volunteer, they want to donate, come on as a sponsor, get a
yes,
booth.
definitely. We're looking for sponsors, and there will be an art show April 8th at Mecca TBH. So all of that is going to be on our fridafestival.org website.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Lizzie.
Thank you.
Mwah. And thank you guys. Stay tuned. Follow her.